Welcome back. We're using x and y intercepts to graph a linear equation. So let's do a few more examples. Let's say we have x minus y equals minus 4. This looks very similar actually to the previous section. We had an exercise where it was x plus y equals minus 4. So let's make sure that we're reading our problems carefully, and we actually should get a very different looking equation here. So our x-intercept, we simply plug in 0 for y and solve for x. So we have x minus 0 equals minus 4, or x equals minus 4. And our x-intercept is minus 4, 0. Okay. Now let's take a look at the y-intercept. We want to find the y-intercept. Now here's where it's going to be different. We're plugging in 0 for x, so we have 0, but this time we have a minus y equals a minus 4. And gives us just a minus y equals minus 4. And now we're going to have to divide both sides by a minus 1, or just cancel the negatives out. We can also do that. That's just leaves us y equals 4. So our y-intercept, in the previous section, our y-intercept was 0 minus 4, but this time it's going to be 0, 4. So the line is actually going to be flipped a little bit, and you'll see in a second. So let's go ahead and graph this thing. So we have our y-axis and our x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a whole lot to graph in linear equations, especially when we can find 2 points. And the x and y intercepts are actually 2 very easy points to find, as you can see here. So our x-intercept is minus 4 and 0. So our line crosses the x-axis right here. And then our y-intercept is 0 and a positive 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, crosses the y-axis right here. Okay, and now we simply connect these with a straight line, as straight as I can get it. There we go. And we put arrows on the end just to clarify that they go infinitely in both directions. And this is the line, the linear equation, the graph of the linear equation, x minus y equals minus 4. Okay, let's do another one. Let's say we have the following. We have 2x plus 4y equals 5. Let's start out by finding our intercepts. We have an x-intercept. Find that by substituting 0 in for y. So we have 2x plus 4 times 0 equals 5. And then we simply solve for x. 4 times 0 is 0, so we have 2x equals 5. We can divide both sides by 2. That'll give us just x on the left side and 5 halves on the right side. So our x-intercept is 5 halves and 0. Let's go ahead and find our y-intercept. We need at least 2 points to draw a line, or actually a unique line. We can draw an infinite amount of lines with 1 point, but they wouldn't really mean anything. So we find our y-intercept by plugging in 0 for x, so we have 2 times 0 plus 4y equals 5. 2 times 0 is 0, so we have 4y equals 5. We can isolate y by dividing both sides by 4, so we have y equals 5 divided by 4, and our y-intercept will be 0 and 5 over 4. Okay, now we have 2 points that we can use to connect a line on a graph. So here's our y-axis and our x-axis. Okay, go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. And this is our y-axis and our x-axis. Okay, so our x-intercept is 5 halves over and 0, so we have 2.5. So 1, 2.5. and 0. So this is where the line crosses the x-axis. And then we have our y-intercept is 0 and 4/5, or just 1 1/4. So we have 0 and 1 1/4, so right about here. All right, and all we have left to do is connect the dots with a straight as possible line. Oh, that was a little bit off. Let's try that again. Okay. And then put arrows on the end. The line goes infinitely in both directions, and there's your graph of the line. 2x plus 4y equals 5. Let's erase this and let's do one more. Let's say we have 1/2 x minus y equals -2. Okay, first thing we want to do is find our intercepts. We have the x-intercept we find by placing a 0 wherever we see y. So we have 1/2 x minus 0 equals -2. We have 1/2 x equals -2. Excuse me. We can multiply both sides by 2. That'll give us x by itself on the left. 2 over 1 is the reciprocal of 1 over 2. So we have x equals 2 times -2 is -4. And our x-intercept is -4, 0. -4 is the x value when 0, or y, is equal to 0. So let's go ahead and find our y-intercept. We do so by setting x equal to 0. So we have 1/2 times 0 for x minus y equals a -2. 1/2 times 0 is 0. So we're left with minus y equals -2, but we want to solve for a positive y, so let's go ahead and flip the signs. Same thing as dividing both sides by -1. So we have y equals 2, and our y-intercept will be 0 and 2. The y value is 2 whenever the x value is 0. That's all that says. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph this real quick. The y-axis, the x-axis. This is our y. This is our x. Let's go ahead and get some scale to it. Okay, so our x-intercept is -4, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in the negative direction for x and 0 for y. So we're just going to stay right here. And our y-intercept is 0 on the x-axis and then 2. Positive 2. So 1, 2. All right. And all we have left to do is connect the dots. And put some arrows on the end to clarify that it indeed is linear. Linear means it goes in a straight line, both directions infinitely, because we can plug an infinite amount of numbers or values in for x and in for y. So this is our graph of this linear equation. And basically we're just using x and y intercepts to find the equation. We're just taking it a step further to find the, we have the equation of the line, we just want to graph it on the Cartesian plane. So very simple. Using the intercepts makes graphing a line very, very simple because they're actually really two very easy points to find. So very effective way of graphing a linear equation. So we'll do some more of these in the next section. It's actually going to be a different topic. So really excited. I'll see you soon.